Alright, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. Back to the regular scheduled weekly Shonen Jump reaction reviews for the week. This week, I'll probably start off with One Piece, which, again, I want to do a quick PSA similar to last week. That if you can, please support the official releases for the series because it does come out free worldwide either through Viz's site or through Shueisha's Manga Plus site. You get the latest 3 chapters of all Shonen Jump series running currently the same day it's released in Japan. And it's been super disappointing the last 3 weeks to see that all the chapters of One Piece have been trending with the illegal scanlations have coming out. You know, and you see it trending worldwide and catching the attention of Oda's editors and everyone else. It's not really a great look. So please support the official releases. There's really no good reason anymore to support scanlations or read them. I'll include links in the description below for this video for where you can find all the free Shonen Jump chapters worldwide. So please support the official releases going forward. But without further ado, let's get into One Piece chapter 957. Thankfully, I know a few of my friends got spoiled on the supposedly big events of this chapter. Thankfully, I did not get spoiled. I thought I did get spoiled on something, but someone confirmed for me that it wasn't what I thought it was. So let's get straight into it. So we have a summer color page again with the Straw Hats riding on a swan jet boat, with Turtle coming on the side, racing along with them. It's a lot of fun. I don't know if this is a reference to something. The swan boat thing has pick up your speed on the side. It's really amusing, but yeah. So we have translation, of course, by Stephen Paul, lettering by Vanessa Satone. So we have chapter 957, Ultimate. So it looks like Oda is not actually heading to Act 3 of Wano, so this should be interesting. So we have Navy HQ, New World. You must be happy, Isho. Oh, we have New Marineford. You've always wanted the 7 warlords gone. I was against it, but I can't overrule the king's decision. And then you have Sakazuki talking to Isho. And Isho says on the snail phone, you talk about necessary sacrifices to keep the warlords going? You only say such a thing because you never been one of them. Ooh. You see Isho's got a bandaged head. Admiral has been through some shit. So he said, let's just put our trust in SSG to do his job. SSG, what the hell is that? No doubt the world's power balance is about to make a major change. And you have, speaking of unpredictable developments, you see Isho's on a ship, and it looks like he's in the middle of a battle. You see cannons firing off in the background, Marines hurrying around him. And he has, over in Wano, Kaido and Big Mom are apparently going to join forces. And you have Isho going, my word, it's the return of rocks. And Hakainu Inu goes, you don't need to speak of it like some legend. It's all reality. And at a time when we're too busy to do anything else, it's just the latest disaster. So you have the sail saying, for life, Isho, on the Marine ship. So you have back at Marine headquarters, 2 of the emperors have teamed up, and of all times it has to be now? And it says, technically the intel says they're about to team up. There's been no damage as of yet, and we don't know their goals or how we might counter them. Also, we have far too few details about the legendary Rocks pirate crew. So you have Sengoku sitting off to the side along with the guy that usually does the news reports whose name I cannot remember. And he goes, Big Mom and Kaido have always had a tempestuous rivalry. I wouldn't have expected this to happen. Seems like more than a few of our soldiers have never even heard of Rocks these days. So Sengoku continues, the Rocks pirates are a collection of individuals who came to... Oh, come on. Of course. Who came together on the pirate island of Fullalead years ago to make one big score. They are a fierce bunch constantly killing one another within the group. In addition to their captain Rox, they also featured a young Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido. So you see Newgate in his prime with his little mustache. You see Kaido and Big Mom, sexy Big Mom style young Kaido with his club. And you see two small shadowy figures, one that looks like he's got Gladius, kind of spiky hair. And one that looks a little bit different. I can't even tell what they look like. So you have like another shorter one on the crew, shadowed out behind there. It almost makes me think like we're going to get the reveal at some point that Buckin was part of the Rocks Pirates or someone else that we know, but so Sengoku continues, yes, it's true. The three of them were part of the same pirate crew years ago. The Marine's like, I can't believe this. And he goes, there are other Rocks members who went on to carve out a name for themselves. The Golden Lion, the Silver Axe, Captain John, Wang Ji. So you have Shiki was part of it. I assume Captain John is the one from Thriller Bark whose men like mutinied against him. And then you have two other ones who are probably going to show up at some point in the series. And then you have the Marines going, this can't be real. How can something this huge be lost to history? And Sengoku goes, well, they got along so terribly, not one of them actually wants to tell the tale. The ambition of their captain Rox was to be king of the world. Ugh. Okay, alright. I'll get to that at the end. They opened hostilities directly against the world government like some kind of terrorist organization. The government itself covered up much of their deeds, but at the time, everyone had heard of the threat they posed. So you see the Rox' pirate ship has what looks like a corpse or a skull tied to the mast. And the actual like pirate flag is just Rox with the O being like a flaming skull almost. It's either a flaming skull, it looks like it's got either horns or like elf ears coming out of it. And you have, Sengoku continues, this was due to a fateful event 38 years ago at God Valley. The Rocks Pirates, the strongest crew in the world, were wiped out in an island called God Valley. According to the news reports, of course, a rampaging force of evil that none had been able to stop had been taken down by a Navy Vice Admiral by the name of Garp. His name was heard across the world, and he was soon called a naval hero. So you see Garp in this just black shirt with his white tie just undone. Face is just completely bloodied and bruised, and he's got blood all over his knuckles, and he just like looks like there's something on fire behind him. And you see all these Marines behind him just cheering him on as he just looks like he's come out of hell. And so they go, so that's how the name started. There's so many legends about him already. Oh, so Sengoku continues, there's so many legends about him already, but the man himself never wants to talk about that one. And they're like, huh? Why not? And you see that Garp has finally left Fishman Island and is on his way back to headquarters, presumably. And so Sengoku goes, for the sake of historical record, I'll tell you a bit of it. It looks like Garp is looking really grumpy. He looks like he's received the news report about the Big Mom Kaido alliance. And he goes, Big Mom and Kaido? It's just one thing after another. So Sengoku continues, the first reason for this, which was never reported, is that he had to work with pirates to win the battle. The Marines are like, pirates? And Sengoku goes, the other reason is that he protected celestial dragons in doing so. And they're like, huh? Where do celestial dragons come in? Shouldn't it be a sailor's duty to protect celestial dragons? And then Sengoku goes, his personal compass spares no room for such a duty. The reason Garp has always refused to take an admiral's position is because it would place him directly beneath the celestial dragon's command. It's only his accomplishments and stature that keep him from being eliminated for this insubordination. In short, this is the truth. Of course. In order to protect celestial dragons and their slaves at God Valley, Garp joined forces with Roger there at the island, and they broke apart the Rocks pirates. That is the God Valley incident. The Marines are just freaking out, going, he fought side by side with the King of Pirates? What a lineup! Celestial dragons, Roger, and Rocks together? What exactly happened there? I've never even heard of a place called God Valley. And you have Sengoku going, that's because you won't find any map featuring an island called God Valley. As a matter of fact, God Valley itself vanished without a trace. The island the world government wanted to hide disappeared entirely. Do you still want to hear more about it? The Marines are all just sitting there in shock. And Sengoku goes, because Rocks was so ambitious in his pursuit of being king of the world, and he broke too many of the world's taboos, there is no information in public about the Rocks pirates. They only exist in the memories of a few soldiers in our old generation. And one of the Marines is like, I know it's a long time ago, but it's hard to imagine one man leading 3 of the 4 emperors as we know them today. So Sengoku continues, oh fuck, of course. So Sengoku goes, he was Roger's first foe and perhaps his greatest. The captain was typically known only as Rocks, but his full name was Rocks D. Xebec, one of those rare pirates with the initial of D, though he is no longer alive to speak of it. You see this man wielding a sword with like this devil expression on his face, just spike of black hair coming out the back. Oh, wait. Okay, I got it. Hold on. So you have Kaido, Sengoku continue. Sorry, I skipped ahead to the next page and I have a theory I'll get to at the end. Kaido and Big Mom were in fact on the same ship long in the past, but 38 years ago they were nothing like they are now. If the alliance is true, then it's the birth of the most dangerous pirate crew in the world. And Sengoku goes, brand new, what are their bounties now? Shit, finally getting Emperor bounties. And Brand New goes, ah yes, what with the 7 warlords no longer having protection, it's time to go back to the drawing board for new bounties. So he goes, let's go over all the numbers, shall we? Starting with the newest of the 4 emperors, having been given the title just 1 year ago, Blackbeard. Through his assault of Impel Down 2 years ago, he gained mighty new followers. The current boss of the pirate island Fullalead, and expanding his territory to fill the void left by Whitebeard, Commodore of the Blackbeard Pirates, Marshal D. Teach, 2,246,600,000 berries. I love Blackbeard's wanted poster. It just looks so amazing, even though he looks like such a doofus. And he goes, next, a 6-year member of the Emperor class, the youngest of the 4, but with great trust from his subordinates. Beckman, Rue, Yasop, his crewmates are widely renowned, with a high average bounty and the best balance of any pirate crew. No soft targets here. So Shanks has been an emperor for 6 years. Chief of the red-haired pirates, red-haired Shanks, 4,048,900,000 berries. Next, a born monster who laid waste to a village of giants in Elbaf as a toddler. She mistrusts anyone not a direct part of her family, and with her 85 children, she rules as the undisputed queen of the country of sweets, Totoland, captain of the Big Mom Pirates, Charlotte Linlin, 4,388,000,000 berries. The Marines are just freaking out hearing all these bounties. And you have, lastly, a man who's only an apprentice pirate when he was a member of the Rocks crew. He earned the respect of ferocious pirates through his individual strength alone, until he was worthy of the title of Emperor of the Sea. Supreme Commander of the Animal Kingdom Pirates, Kaido, King of the Beasts, 4,600,100,000 berries. The Marines are like, this is all rather overwhelming. And we have, from now on, we will no longer have the option of sending the power of the 7 warlords against these emperors. Time will tell if cleansing our own ranks was the right decision. That will depend on the Navy's Special Science... Oh, yes! Special Science Team, the SSG. Anyway, since you're here, I might as well reveal the bounties of some legends. Captain of the Whitebeard Pirates, Edward Newgate, 5,046,000,000 berries. And then Captain of the Roger Pirates, King of the Pirates, Gold Roger, 5,564,800,000 berries. And then brand new continues, there are no bounties in pirating history that surpass those of these two men. But if Big Mom and Kaido indeed form an alliance, their total combined bounty will easily surpass those. This is happening as we speak in the unaffiliated country of Wano. You hear thud thud wham as Akainu just bursts into the meeting room. It's like, Fleet Admiral! And Akainu goes, we're not touching Wano. We don't have the manpower to spare on this at the moment, Sengoku. And Sengoku goes, I have no desire to interfere either. I'm simply providing these young soldiers with some of the wisdom and experience. Pirates are human beings with their own relationships. Whatever they do next will have a reason. And you won't anticipate the future if you don't know your history. And then Akainu continues, speaking of which, I believe there's a pirate of Wano believed by Whitebeard, Roger, and Redhair. And you have the Marines going, murmur. Oh no, it's Sengoku that said that. And you have Sakazuki going, you mean Kozuki Odin? The man who was a commander under Whitebeard years ago? Odin was later recruited by Roger and accompanied the King of Pirates on his final voyage. While I can't imagine that Odin has any connection to all of this, it doesn't strike me as coincidental that all of these great figures should have such close ties to the land of Wano, Sakazuki. Oh boy, alright. So, big info dump chapter going on. So you have some shit went down, like apparently Fujitori's clash, I assume with the revolutionaries, is what led to his little head injury. And right now I have no idea where he's going. I wonder if he's going after one of the warlords and they had to have the admiral along. Like, it would make sense if they sent Isho along to take out Mihawk because they needed that kind of forces. So we'll see what happens with that. So we finally get some history on Rocks and, you know, the entire crew about that. And the whole King of the World thing makes me wonder if Rocks knew about Eam or if he just wanted to take over just the world, be greater than the King of the Pirates. I'll get to that at the end. God Valley makes me wonder if Wano was the land where this gigantic battle took place, because those two cliffs look very similar to those entranceways we saw to Wano. So I wonder if that's what happened to it, is they placed it next to Wano where all those ties and everything were, so that no one could ever get to it that way, you know, being an unassociated land. The whole God Valley incident, like, I know there's speculation or theories that Garp might have been potentially married to a celestial dragon at some point. So I wonder if that's related to related to his parentage. Like, I wonder if, like, the celestial dragon fell in love with Garp after that and he had, like, you know, a fling with her, and that's what happened there. So that'll be interesting to hear about that. I am like 99% sure as soon as I saw his full name was Rox D. Xebec, and that, you know, he was against Roger, 100% my mind went to, holy shit, the fact that Blackbeard took over the location of Fullalead, you know, and he's not supposed to have an idea of this history, makes me think that Blackbeard is Rox's son, and he's getting revenge on all the other emperors for having sold out his father, potentially, and having taken him down. But I am like 99% on the train of Rox's Blackbeard's father. And that's how he had the initial of D going down. Like, like even if not his actual biological son, Blackbeard might be a bastard son of Rocks, but like I don't think it's a coincidence that Blackbeard just happened to make Fullalead his his base of operations without some kind of connection there. But yeah, we finally got all the bounty reveals for all the emperors, which Otis finally decided, I'll just put it out there as the speculation can end. I know everyone is speculating, like 10 billion berries will be like the highest bounty, whatever. So it looks like we're capped out about 5.5 billion is the highest recorded bounty in history, which makes me wonder what Dragon's bounty is, because now that he is almost the most wanted man in the world. So yeah, a lot of information dump. Like we found out that Shanks only became an emperor 6 years ago. So that's a little bit before I think where Luffy was a kid. Before Luffy set on his journey, Shanks got up on there. What else? Yeah, so we got Big Mom and Linden's bounty. So it looks like I'm off on the idea right now, anyways, that the Marines are not going to send any forces to Wano because they just don't have the manpower. But we'll see how that actually plays out. I'm curious to see what this Navy Special Science Team is going to be doing. Because, like, Vegapunk is the character that we've been introduced to almost 500 chapters ago, and we still haven't heard anything about or from him. We haven't even seen him yet at this point in the story. So the fact of bringing out a special science team and saying they're going into action makes me think we're probably going to see him sooner rather than later. But yeah, a lot of setup for the future events of what's going to happen, so I'm curious to see where it's going. But yeah, overall this was a decent chapter with a lot of surprises. I'm glad Otis finally starting to drop some of the information about some of the bigger mysteries in OP, but yeah, I guess we'll see how it goes out from here. So I'm going to be recording my Haikyuu reaction review after the One Piece one finishes recording right now and uploads. So both of these should be out by tonight. I'm also going to try to do my best to probably record another one for Alita and Vinland Saga potentially is tonight as well. If I can't get to it, I'll announce it on my Twitter for anyone that's following along with that. And then I'll probably get back to it as per normal this upcoming weekend. Apart from that, I hope you enjoyed this reaction review. If you like my videos, please, do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Till next time, this is Ash. I'll talk to you all later.